So Jack was killed in a road traffic collision on the 15th September 2021. He had put his laptop in for repair and was heading to collect it. And he said he was going to go and collect it on his bike. And that was the last time I ever spoke to him. Later that day we came home, both wondering where he was, etc. and contacted the police, local hospitals, and I think once they got wind of the fact that we were home, they came around that evening and told us that he had been in a collision with a refuse collection lorry and was killed at the scene, had died at the scene. What we found out was that he was just cycling on the road. Two bin lorries had overtaken him and they had joined a queue of traffic, and Jack, once he approached the rear of that queue, the road narrowed quite considerably and he couldn't travel down the inside of the vehicles, so he moved onto the pavement and was pedalling along towards this left turn to go straight across it, and at which point the bin lorry, having sat for 25 seconds at that low position without an intention to turn left, he suddenly decided to turn left in a split second and he caught Jack out. For any family, it's going to have a huge impact. You don't realise, you don't know, you can't even guess what impact this would have when you hear about it happening to other people. And it's had a massive impact on us and some of our immediate family and friends.
It's changed us completely. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I don't recognise myself. One thing that it has done, it's actually brought Simon and I closer together, and it's brought us together with Nadia closer as a family, which we've been told by other organisations that's quite unique. So I'm grateful that it has brought us closer together, but I'm frightened for our future.
Fortunately, I suppose we're a very close-knit family. We were before and we still are, and I think we've actually become even stronger and closer together through this. But it has been very difficult, and it's forever.
So the police, I feel that they didn't give us the right information. They didn't answer any of our questions. The inquest, I found that the whole process was so stressful. They would book appointments at the last minute. They would cancel at the last minute. They didn't address any of our questions or queries. The council, although they reached out to us at the very beginning, they haven't reached out to us since. They wouldn't tell us whether they had changed any of their driving standards, whether they had improved any of their safety standards, any of their procedures. And I just felt that every single one of them, the police, the coroner's court and the Sevenoaks Council, I felt that they just wanted to brush this under the carpet and get it out the way. We've had no accountability whatsoever. We found out that the driver is still working for Sevenoaks Council and he's still a bin lorry driver. Our son has been killed and we're left with so many unanswered questions. Slater and Gordon, we cannot thank them enough, because especially Will, who helped us navigate this really awful situation that we're in.
They fully believed in challenging Sevenoaks Council and trying to get the answers from them and taking this through the legal route that we needed to. And at some certain points we even said to them, look, if you don't believe we should go forward, then we understand. We understand fully. But they were fully behind everything and supporting us right the way through.
I will always champion Slater and Gordon as a law firm that can be trusted by families that are in such a vulnerable position that we are, and to help them navigate an almost impossible road. We just want this not to happen to another family. So if there's safety measures that can be put in place with regards to the bin lorries and the driving standards, and that to be people to be held accountable for exercising, more training, and training being refreshed, regulations being upheld. There's a lot that can be done to prevent this happening to another family.